Cathedral. Tara!
Manila Cathedral is the premier church of the Philippines. First built in 1581 and rebuilt 7 times since. Most recently in 1951 following its destruction in World War II. For many years after the war, the shell of the Manila Cathedral stood before the gaze of the statue of Carlos IV in Plaza Roma. Manila Cathedral's present edifice looks suitably ancient with its weathered Romanesque facade and graceful cupola. Inside are a gilded altar, a 4,500 pipe organ, and rosette windows with a beautiful stained glass. Friezes on its bronze door depict the string of tragic events that led to the cathedral's destruction. The present Manila Cathedral rose phoenix-like from the desolate ruins of the old cathedral, which was bombed mercilessly along with the rest of the walled city during the Battle of Liberation in 1945. The ruins of its famous facade remained. There was the rose window without the colored glass, and the 3 portals with their receding arches, and the cathedral's historical marker. The Manila Cathedral covers an area of almost 3,000 square meters. The present structure has a Latin cross plan which closely follows the distribution of spaces of the previous cathedral aisles.
Alam niyo ba na ang Manila Cathedral ay itinayo noong 1571, dedicated to the Virgin Mary under the title of the Immaculate Conception.
At ngayon ay nandito naman tayo sa Palasyo de Gobernador. Palasyo de Gobernador is a former palace of the Governors General. This site was formerly occupied by the stately resident of Captain Manuel Estacio Venegas.
Palacio del Gobernador has been destroyed by earthquakes several times. The existing building was built in 1976. The building's exterior was used in the Chuck Norris film Delta Force 2. The historical marker was installed in 1936 by the Historical Research and Markers Committee.
At ngayon naman po ay nandito kami sa San Agustin Church and Museum. Go!
Since 1993, San Agustin Church has been inscribed in the UNESCO World Heritage List as one of the 4 Baroque churches of the Philippines. This all-stone church complex, completed in 1607, is the oldest stone church in the country, being relatively unchanged since its construction. The San Agustin Church was the only building left intact after the destruction of Intramuros in World War II, built between 1587 and 1606. San Agustin is built out of locally quarried adobe stone and lime mortar and is designed in the neoclassical Baroque style. The floor plan of the church is that of a Latin cross within a rectangular boundary with the 3 aisles. Its neoclassical Baroque aesthetic is emphasized by the Ionic and Corinthian columns adorning its facade, its rose window, triangular pediment, and symmetricity. Inside Plaza San Luis, a cultural commercial complex in Intramuros, is a remarkable house that takes us back in time to experience a Principalia's domestic life in the 1800s. The Casa Manila or Manila House is a living museum that features the lifestyle of an affluent Filipino family during the late Spanish colonial period. The interior decor of the house follows the taste of the turn of the late 19th century, where furniture and furnishing were sourced from Europe and China. The house was surrounded by a wide opening windows, and the window panes are made of capichel. Intramuros, or the walled city, is one of the oldest districts of Manila, built on the south bank of the Pasig River around 1571. It was built by the Spaniards, more specifically by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, and is bound on all sides by moats and thick, high walls with some over 6 meters high. While the district was originally home to an Indianized Malayan Islamic settlement, it became the center of religious, political, and military power in the 16th century when the country was under the control of Spain.
Ngayon naman, nandito kami sa Baluarte de San Diego. Tara!
Within the vast walls of Intramuros are several centuries-old fortifications. One of these is Baluarte de San Diego, a spade-shaped bulwark with a rich history. Designed by the Jesuit priest and architect Antonio Cedeño and built from 1586 to 1587.
Trivia, Baluarte de San Diego is the oldest stone fort in Manila.
The fort, Nuestra Señora de Guia, was a circular tower meant to defend Manila's southern bayside boundary. In 1593, the upper portion of the tower was demolished after suffering from cracks. The rest of the structure was integrated into a new bulwark called Baluarte de San Diego, completed sometime between 1653 and 1663. Baluarte de San Diego is shaped like an ace of spades. It was breached by the British forces with cannon fire in 1762 and was restored when the Spaniards returned. The earthquake of 1863 destroyed the structure, leading to its abandonment. During the American occupation, the circular fort was buried under layers of soil, which eventually saved it from destruction during the Battle of Manila in 1945, despite the damage sustained by the baluarte containing it. The circular fort was excavated in 1979 and the baluarte was restored by 1992. A garden was added at its base and the first stone fort in Manila is now an archaeological park. Originally, this was part of the moat surrounding the entire perimeter of the walled city.
Alam niyo ba na during Japanese time is naging kulungan ito?
Over here is one of the few relics of the Battle of Manila, popularly known as the Japanese Cannon. This coastal defense and anti-aircraft gun was used against the American Liberation Forces and was abandoned after the war.
Kaya naman nandito tayo sa Parian. Tara na!
Built during the Spanish colonial era in the Philippines. The gates are called by the original Spanish word for gate, puerta. Plural is puertas. This gate was named after the Parian de Arroceros, one of the earliest concentration of Chinese merchants located across the city where the Metropolitan Theaters now stands. Parian is built in 1593 and it is one of the earliest entrances to Intramuros. It became the official entrance of the Governor-General in 1764 following the destruction of Puerto Real during the British invasion. The Parian Gate was severely damaged by artillery shelling during the Battle of Manila and restoration began in 1967 and completed in 1982.
At ngayon naman, para sa aming last destination dito sa Intramuros ay nandito tayo sa Fort Santiago.
The fort was named after Saint James or Santiago in Spanish, the patron saint of Spain, who is also known as Saint James the Muslim Slayer because of the legend that he miraculously appeared hundreds of years after his death to fight in the Battle of Clavijo, whose relief adorned the facade of the front gate. Fort Santiago, built in 1571, is a citadel built by Spanish navigator and Governor Miguel Lopez de Legazpi for the newly established city of Manila in the Philippines. The fort is one of the most important historical sites in Manila. Built to defend Fort Santiago from attacks coming from Manila Bay, the Baluartillo de San Francisco Javier was lined with cannons protecting Fort Santiago and the mouth of the Pasig River before the port area of Manila Bay was reclaimed. The Baluartillo also protected a postern assumed to be the former Puerta de Banderas, and whose exact location is now unknown, used by the Governor-General and his family until 1654 when the palacio was still inside Fort Santiago. After the original rampart was destroyed by the 1645 earthquake, San Francisco de Javier was built under the orders of Governor General Sabiano Manrique de Lara as a solid curtain wall. Following the British occupation of Manila, the crescent-shaped Baluartillo and its redoubt was constructed as a part of the defensive improvement in Intramuros. The bulwark was heavily destroyed during the 1945 Battle of Manila against the Japanese, along with other structures in Intramuros. Since the earthquake of 1863, the building in Plaza Moriones has been converted as barracks for the military. With the American takeover, Fort Santiago remained the military headquarters of the colonizers. During the Japanese occupation, it was in the edifice that Elpidio Carino, a senator of the Philippine Commonwealth who would become the 6th president of the Philippines, was incarcerated for 16 days. Today, the ruins of the barracks beside Baluartillo de San Francisco Javier are also known as the Manila Arsenal during the early American colonial period, were maintained, showing its scars from the Second World War. Here stands the gate leading to the inner sanctum of Fort Santiago. The gate of Fort Santiago was destroyed during the Battle of Manila in 1945. The main gate is decorated by a relief or wood relief carving of Santiago Matamoros, St. James, the patron saint of Spain. At the center of Fort Santiago is the Plaza de Armas. It got its name from the use of the area to stock arms and rifles when not in use. This is also where the soldiers march around in their daily drills. The Rizal Shrine, also known as the Museo ni Jose Rizal Fort Santiago, is a museum dedicated to the life work of Jose Rizal. It is located inside the Fort Santiago, beside the Plaza de Armas. The museum is located in the building where Rizal spent his final night and hid his famous poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, or My Last Farewell, in an oil lamp later given to his sister Trinidad. The shrine is home to various memorabilia such as shells he collected in Dapitan, books, manuscripts, and artwork. This shrine reaffirms Rizal's significance in Philippine history, how his death served as the inspiration in the struggle for Philippine independence. Fort Santiago Dungeons. During the Battle of Manila in 1945, hundreds of prisoners squeezed inside the dungeons were abandoned by the Japanese. Owing to the combined effects of lack of food, air circulation, and sanitary conditions, the prisoners succumbed and none survived. Several corpses were discovered after the battle. They were given a decent burial in a mass grave near the dungeons, where white marble cross marks their final resting place. Dungeons also serve as a prison cell for activists and the political resistance, imprisoning Jose Rizal before his public execution. During the World War II, the place was used to detain, torture, and execute soldiers and political prisoners when the Japanese took over Fort Santiago.
At
Dito na po natatapos ang aming Intramuros Travel Vlog.
Bye!